He made the world dance, smile, and believe in joy. Yet behind that radiant image lives a man who has known profound sorrow. At 71, John Travolta often sits quietly in his Florida home, surrounded by memories that never quite fade. The laughter, the applause, the music, they linger like distant echoes. But so do the losses. While the world remembers his electrifying performances, his private life tells a different story. One of resilience, shaped by grief, love, and endurance in the face of repeated heartbreak. A house, full of noise and dreams. John Travolta was born into a crowded household in New Jersey, the youngest of 6 children. Space was tight, resources were limited, and attention was scarce. Life inside that small home was loud and unpredictable, filled with arguments, laughter, and constant movement. Yet within that chaos, something quietly formed, a dream. While others saw limitation, young John saw possibility. The noise around him became his first audience, and the cramped walls his earliest stage. It was here, amid struggle, that his hunger to be seen and heard began to take root. A father's burden, a mother's dream. His father worked long hours in a tire shop, returning home each day exhausted, carrying the weight of responsibility. His clothes smelled of labor, and his silence often spoke louder than words. His mother, on the other hand, carried a different kind of burden, the memory of a life she once imagined on stage. As a teacher, she poured her passion into her children, especially John. She recognized something in him, a spark. Between his father's quiet sacrifice and his mother's unfulfilled dreams, John absorbed both hardship and inspiration, learning to be seen. In a house where attention was limited, John learned early that he had to earn it. He danced, sang, and mimicked voices to make his family laugh. These small performances became his way of carving out space for himself. While other children played without care, John was already studying reactions, learning timing, and understanding presence. His mother encouraged these talents, often organizing small rehearsals at home. Each moment he performed, even in that modest living room, strengthened his confidence. Without realizing it, he was already becoming the performer the world would one day admire. Escaping through ambition. The instability of his childhood left a deep impression on him. He saw the exhaustion in his parents, the financial strain, and the uncertainty that hovered over their lives. It became clear to him that if he wanted something different, he would have to pursue it relentlessly. By the age of 16, he made a bold decision: to leave home and chase his dreams. It wasn't just ambition, it was necessity. Acting and performing were no longer hobbies. They were his path out, his way to rewrite the story he was born into. Rising to stardom. When success finally came, it came with intensity. His performances captured something universal: youth, confidence, and freedom. He became a symbol of an era, a figure audiences connected with instantly. The dance floors he lit up weren't just stages. They were cultural moments that defined generations. His charm, talent, and presence turned him into an icon almost overnight. From the outside, it seemed like a perfect ascent, a dream realized. But even as the spotlight grew brighter, shadows quietly followed him, waiting beyond the reach of public view. The comeback that defined him. Every career has its highs and lows, but his journey took a dramatic turn when he made a powerful comeback that reminded the world of his brilliance. It wasn't just about returning to fame, it was about proving resilience. He reintroduced himself to audiences in a way that was bold, unexpected, and unforgettable. That moment didn't just revive his career, it redefined it. It showed that even after setbacks, reinvention is possible. For many, it became one of the greatest comebacks in Hollywood, a testament to persistence and belief. Love, loss, and unimaginable grief. Behind the success, however, life dealt him devastating blows. He lost people he loved deeply, family members, partners, and his own child. These were not distant losses. They were deeply personal, life-altering tragedies. Each one left a mark, reshaping how he experienced the world. Grief became a recurring presence, not a single chapter, but a continuing theme. While audiences saw strength and composure, he faced moments that tested the limits of human endurance. Yet somehow, he continued, carrying those memories with quiet dignity. Living with silence. As the years passed, the noise of fame began to fade, replaced by a different kind of silence. The applause grew distant, the spotlight less constant. What remained were memories, both joyful and painful. His home, once filled with life, became a place of reflection. Photographs, familiar objects, and quiet rooms held stories only he fully understood. This stage of life brought a new challenge, not performing for the world, but simply existing with everything he had lived through. It is in this silence that his true strength becomes most visible, the strength to keep going. What makes his story remarkable is not just his success, but his ability to continue despite repeated loss. Many would have withdrawn completely, consumed by grief, yet he remains present, engaged with life, and connected to the world in his own way. Strength in his case is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, steady, and deeply human. It lies in waking up each day, in choosing to move forward, and in holding on to love even after loss. This kind of endurance often goes unnoticed, but it is perhaps his greatest achievement. A story that reflects us all. His journey is more than a celebrity narrative. It is a reflection of something universal. Everyone faces loss, pain, and moments that feel impossible to overcome. What his life shows is that survival is not about avoiding hardship, but about learning to live with it. It reminds us that behind every smile, there may be untold struggles, and behind every success, unseen battles. His story invites us to look beyond appearances and recognize the shared human experience that connects us all. Outro, the light that remains. In the end, what keeps someone going after so much loss? Perhaps it is love, memory, or simply the instinct to keep moving forward. Perhaps it is the understanding that even in the darkest moments, life still holds meaning. His story does not offer easy answers, but it offers something more valuable: honesty. It shows that even those who bring joy to millions carry their own burdens. And yet, they continue. Just like him, we all find ways to stand, to breathe, and to keep going, even when life is not gentle.